Canelo Alvarez vs. Jamie Munguia is set to cost fans a hefty $89.99 if they want to catch the match on May 4th via Amazon Prime Video and DAZN PPV. This price tag has raised eyebrows considering the lack of demand for this particular bout. Some fans are feeling the pinch, contemplating drastic measures like selling plasma just to afford the mismatch. Already, there's grumbling among fans about the steep price, with some opting to stream it for free using their Fire Sticks. However, this poses challenges for the fighters, promoters, and broadcasters alike. It seems many fans will balk at shelling out nearly $90 for the event, deeming it excessively pricey, unless the organizers reconsider and drop the price to a more palatable $70. It's likely that many will resort to alternative, cost-free viewing methods, such as Fire Sticks or YouTube uploads. The success of this event hinges heavily on the hardcore boxing aficionados, particularly those devoted to Mexican sensation Canelo. Only the most die-hard fans may be willing to part with such a significant sum, while casual viewers, less invested in Munguia's career, might not find the expense justified. Critics argue that Munguia's opponents over the years have been lackluster at best, with his resume padded with less than formidable fighters. This starkly contrasts with the anticipation that would accompany a matchup against someone like David Benavidez. A bout that has garnered genuine interest from fans. To salvage the situation, lowering the price to $70 could potentially attract more viewers and generate better returns for the promoters. Otherwise, Fire Stick streams and YouTube uploads might dominate the night, leaving the event's profitability in question. A matchup is brewing between Terence Crawford and WBA junior middleweight champion Israil Madrimov on August 3rd, marking His Excellency Turki Alshika's inaugural event in the U.S. Madrimov, at 29 years old with a record of 10-0 and 7 KOs, packs a serious punch, making this a daunting challenge for Crawford, who's yet to venture into the 154-pound territory. Observers have noted Crawford's discomfort in previous bouts against heavy hitters like David Avanesian and Kell Brook, suggesting he may be in for a tough night against Madrimov, who possesses significant power in both fists. Seen by some as the 154-pound division's answer to Gennady Golovkin, Madrimov combines power with a relentless style, possibly surpassing Gennady Golovkin in technical skills. This poses a serious threat to Crawford, who, at this stage of his career, seems to be fighting sporadically. Crawford has yet to face someone with Madrimov's devastating one-punch knockout capability, and his lack of activity over the past 4 years could further complicate matters. Should Crawford struggle to handle Madrimov's power, he risks suffering his first defeat, dashing his aspirations of a blockbuster showdown with Canelo Alvarez. Reportedly, the Crawford vs. Madrimov bout is slated for the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum on August 3rd, where Crawford, 40-0, 31 KOs, aims to secure his 4th division world title in what appears to be a relatively subdued affair. Crawford, who will turn 37 in September, initially eyed a showdown with the winner of the Tim Tszyu vs. Sebastian Fundora bout. However, Fundora's victory over Tszyu, coupled with an injury sidelining him, forces Crawford to seek alternatives to stay active, even when Fundora returns. A potential clash with Errol Spence Jr. for the WBO 154-pound title seems to outweigh the prospect of facing Crawford in terms of financial allure. Whether it's Spence or a rematch with Tszyu, Crawford is unlikely to land a bout with Fundora anytime soon. Recently, His Excellency Alshik hinted at his interest in Crawford through a social media post featuring a picture of the fighter alongside a glove emoji, to which Crawford responded affirmatively with his own emoji, signaling his openness to the idea of fighting under Alshik's banner.
Well, I mean, it's like, man, for me to get to this level, I didn't come behind like a Hall of Famer trainer. Nobody taught me anything. I did it myself. I pushed myself to this level. So I'm an underdog anyway.
Ryan Garcia's trainer Derek James expressed concerns about Devin Haney's recovery after enduring a severe beating from Garcia during their recent match. Haney's visibly swollen face post-fight indicates the extensive damage he sustained, making it challenging for him to bounce back to his previous form. James believes Haney, with a record of 31-1 and 15 knockouts, might have been better off if he had been knocked out by Garcia, 25-1 with 20 knockouts, rather than enduring a grueling 12-round battle, resulting in a majority decision loss at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York.
I think it would have been better for him to get knocked out, because it's going to be hard to recover from getting beat up like that.
Will it change him forever as a fighter?
He's a good fighter, man. He's a good fighter. I think that he'll be back. I mean, he'll be back because he's really young. He's 25. He's not 33 or 40. He's 25. He's okay.
Despite the defeat, Haney retains the WBC light welterweight title, according to WBC President Mauricio Suleiman. However, Haney faces pressure to defend his title against mandatory challenger Sandor Martin, with the alternative of paying for a step aside. Given Haney's recent condition, Martin appears to be a safer option compared to facing heavy hitters like IBF champion Subriel Matias or WBA champ Isaac Pitbull Cruz in a unification bout. Some spectators argue that Haney's trainer should have intervened earlier in the fight, particularly during the 7th round when Haney hit the canvas 4 times and endured significant punishment. Ryan Garcia is considering the possibility of challenging former unified welterweight champion Errol Spence in his next bout, following his recent victory over Devin Haney. Garcia, 25-1 with 20 knockouts, polled his social media followers to gauge their interest in a potential matchup with Spence, 28-1 with 22 knockouts, and the response has been largely positive. Facing Spence would represent a significant test for Garcia's viability in the 147-pound division. Unlike his recent bout with the less powerful Haney, Spence poses a greater threat due to his formidable punching power and relentless pressure style. Wait, Ryan Garcia versus Errol would be crazy. Now y'all want that? Let me hear you, said Ryan Garcia on X, talking about being interested in fighting former unified welterweight champion Errol Spence next. Ryan Garcia may need to consider moving up to 154 pounds for a potential bout with Errol Spence, as Spence himself has likely outgrown the welterweight division at 34 years old. Spence appeared drained in his recent fight against Terence Crawford after a lengthy 17-month layoff, ultimately losing by a 9th-round knockout last July. However, moving up to 154 pounds would pose a significant risk for Garcia, especially as his first fight in the weight class. While a catch weight of 150 pounds could be an option, it would still present a dangerous challenge for Garcia without prior experience against junior middleweight opponents. Despite the risk, the financial incentive for Garcia to face Spence would be substantial, given his enduring popularity compared to other fighters in the 154-pound division. Garcia may face pressure from fans to compete against IBF champion Jaron Boots Ennis if he remains at welterweight. However, such a matchup could be deemed too risky, as Ennis is regarded as a superior fighter compared to Spence, who has faced setbacks due to car accidents, eye injuries, and wear and tear from the ring. To prepare for a potential move to the welterweight division, Garcia may benefit from spending a year or more competing at 147 pounds before facing top-tier opponents. As Spence is now competing at junior middleweight, Garcia could delay his entry into that weight class until he has established himself at 147 pounds. Subscribe. Please like and comment. This is very important for the development of the channel. See you later.